just kind of boring.
Oh!
Well, here, I'll give you a sports take.
Okay.
What do you got?
I like that hot. Where are my oven mitts?
They're over there.
Okay.
You know what I think's
We're
happening?
going to need them?
What do
You know what I think's happening with Pujols?
No.
Be careful. This has cost me a lot of
No,
money.
I'm saying no. I think he's going to sign with the Cardinals. I think what's happening is that he said, you know what? I've been working out a lot. I'm probably going to be the DH. I've been taking some ground balls, but I've been doing a lot of hitting. I'm ready to go. Don't announce this until spring training's almost over. I don't want to get down and have to spend 3 weeks of spring training, and so I think they'll sign him, but it's going to be toward the end of spring training.
Wow, Doug, that kind of is a take.
Oh, you get to avoid the media circus? Oh,
That and
Well, you would want him to take a lot of at-bats, wouldn't you? Why would you sign
he's
him?
already saying he's doing that. He's telling him, look, I'm working on live pitching. I'm working out. I'm hitting. I'm good to go. Just wait until like the last week. I'll come down. We'll sign. I'll get into a couple of games and be good to go.
I think it could be that they are going to sign him, but for how much? Is he going to be willing to play for $4 or $5 million? Will the union be okay with that? Or is he going to want to continue to be paid like the superstar that he once was?
Oh, I don't think he's expecting to get paid $20 million to be a DH.
I bet you get paid 10 or 12 years for a year.
That's
No way.
still quite a bit.
I will bet everything that I have on that if anybody's interested in the action.
But for a full-time DH, you get a ton
He's not
of
going to be the
at-bats.
But
full-time
he's a
DH.
full-time DH.
Well, what would be fair?
42 years old.
What would be fair and reasonable?
Probably league
If
minimum for
indeed
someone.
somebody is going to do that, then the Cardinals will not be in. And if they are, then I'll go, I have no idea what they're doing anymore.
$4 million
I
seems
agree with
really
you.
low.
It does.
Like I said, for the union's sake, I just don't see the
He
upside
was
for the...
DFA'd, and nobody jumped on him last
Yeah.
year.
You think he'd go for 1 year for like $7 million?
Under. I mean, if anybody's going to pay him that, it's insane.
Yeah, he's a proud guy.
Then fine. Too bad. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not in the business here.
I think that
Piss
could be
off.
the-
If you're so hot, then go somewhere else. That's what I tell
Yeah.
people. Let them go. You're so great. Get a job somewhere else.
That could be
And
the
it's
whole
Tommy Manor. And Tommy's like, hey, if you don't like it, here, walk. I don't care. We know your value.
I love it.
Prove me
here.
wrong.
I love it here.
What?
I love it here.
I love it. That's me. I've been swimming in raw sewage. I love it. Frank Drebin, 1988. Doug, was that 88?
I don't know the years, Tim.
Plowek is great. His sports takes are always out of the park. Thank you. That's from the angry old guy.
I love sarcasm.
Is that the real angry old guy or the fake angry
I think
old
it's the
guy?
real one.
That's the real
That's
one?
Freddie, is it?
Great take, you shrunken head smokestack. Less takes and more taking advantage of your free golf privilege.
Oh,
All right, write that guy's name down.
That's Nathan from the east side
All
of
right,
Alton.
sure
well, when
is.
this,
He's
when
on
this,
Jackson's Mount Rushmore.
when this happens, make sure you text back in and say, sorry, Iggy, I am a dumbass. You were correct.
So you feel like this is actually happening? Do you have sources?
No, I just think this could happen. This
Why
could
would he
be-
not want to play
Why
the
would he
spring
not
training
sign
games?
already? I mean, people know he's asking what he's asking for. Here's what we can pay. His agent said, no, we're sitting out. There's only 3 teams and two teams probably interested. Nowhere else to go. Hey, I can go to St. Louis and end my career with Waino and Molina, and the fans are great. Maybe I can hit 700 in St. Louis. Let's do it. I got all the money in the world. Let's get it done. Yeah. I think he's just
but
gonna
why
wait.
would he want to miss the spring training games?
Because he doesn't want all the hoopla. He's got to work with the media, then all the fans there, and he's got to go through all that. Just look, I'm ready to go. I'm 42. I've been through, 20 spring trainings. I know what I'm doing. Let's just, toward the end of spring training, announce it. I'll come down for give me in a couple of games, get back to St. Louis. We're good to go.
Well,
That's just my thought. I don't
I
have
would
any
think the
sources.
media hoopla would be rather intense the day that he shows up, and maybe the next day, and then it would probably die down, and then we'll go through it again for the start of the regular season.
You
But
can't
then
be
it would
serious,
die
Doug,
down.
right? They're going to have stories about him every single day until the season starts.
But maybe one story, but it's not going to be like 15 people want to interview him every day, like when he first gets there.
Right, it's not like he has to write his own stories. He just, go there and go to work.
He knows how to handle it. He's a smart guy.
He does.
He's a smart guy.
I'm just saying, wait till the end. I'm good to go. I don't want to go through all
And so
that.
you are now proving to Nathan from the east side of Alton you have a good read on the situation.
Yeah, so if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong.
Okay.
And it's just a theory. I don't have sources. I have sources in porn. I have porn sources.
Do you really? Have anything you
I
can
have
break
golf
out?
sources. I don't have sports sources. Not anymore. I used to. Don't anymore.
Why doesn't Pujols just retire if you're only making $4 million next year? I mean,
Well, he thinks he can still play.
Yeah, still enjoys it.
Wants to
It
get to
doesn't matter.
700.
He's made hundreds of millions of dollars.
I know, but
matter.
it just doesn't make sense.
He enjoys doing it, and he wants to get to 700. I mean, that's
Yeah.
it. If indeed that's what he does.
He'd have to play every day probably to get to 700 because he needs, what, 21?
Yep.
21.
He's not going to play every day somewhere. It's
Yeah.
not happening.
He'd have to be the DH a lot to get to 21 homers.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it would happen in Colorado just because I can't figure out what the hell they're doing.
Right, and didn't I read that they're interested in him?
Yes, he along with the Cardinals, the Rockies along with the Cardinals were listed as
Right.
in the one report. I mean,
Yeah.
who knows?
And if you're going to do it, if you want to get to 700, do it quickly.
Yeah.
I guess the
Go to
Coors
Colorado.
Field. Yeah, that would be the play. Then I would move him 4th all time. I guess if you're counting Bonds,
Bonds, Aaron.
Ruth, and then Albert, because
Yeah.
A-Rod finished with like 696.
Yeah, he came up short.
Yeah, so being 4th or 3rd all-time home runs is a nice. It's a feather in your cap.
Oh, yeah.
Someone needs to notify Albert that there will not be a picnic table radio show at spring training this year. That could be why he's holding out.
It's good.
From the 314, yeah, he just wants to avoid
Could
that
be.
scene.
He joined us once.
Trust me, we're the
Yeah,
least.
he would
of
join
the-
us kind of regularly.
Yeah, it was good. He was always good.
No,
He is
was good.
he is a really smart guy. He
Yes.
really is.
Yeah.
and worked his ass off. That was real. Like, he didn't want to talk with the media. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't a case of I'm going to go be playing Golden Tee, so I'm not available. He was working. Guy was absolutely obsessed.
One of the all-time greats, no doubt.
And my realtor friend then said that Albert was looking at houses in St. Gabriel's Parish. Wow.
I don't
Doug.
think he could afford that area. That's ritzy there.
Thank you. Thank you. It's from
Holly
the total
Hills?
package.
You can stay with me.
I don't think it's Holly Hills. Is that Holly Hills?
I don't think he could afford that either.
Holly Hills is it to the south of the St. Gabriel Parish? It is. South
Albert-
and east?
Albert could probably afford to buy every house in Huntley. Every one. If the average cost there is $4 million, $3 million,
You think he put a White Castle in there?
and there's 100 houses, maybe.
I think the zoning is precluding that.